starlit sky, our love's secret line. Like waves we soar so high, beneath the moonlight. Soft touch your hand in mine gets me every time. Lost in the city lights, our love's electric ride. You make me feel alive. I know July is gone. You make me feel at home in the neon glow. As the leaves change color, I dive into you. When summer's fading, there's nothing to but bask in the glory of the winter sun. Maybe this is the season of love.
I might know somebody that can come pick you up. They'll be there about 11:30 at night. Try to stay in the shower.
Hello. It's been a while. I'm aware. It's just always the beginning of the year trying to decide where I want to take the channel. But if you're new here, hello, Scotland. And I work from home 9 to 5, so a lot of my days are just sitting right here at this desk on my computer, getting some work done, and then fitting in one of the 1 million hobbies I do around that, to be honest. It is currently 10:30, or about 10:40 actually, and I have quite a lot to do today, and I really want to do a hobby instead of sitting here and working. But that's just the reality, I feel like, of working full time. But I did want to come on and just say quickly why it's taking me so long to make a new video. I love making YouTube videos. It's just a really fun outlet for me, and it's a great way for me to connect again with editing and filmmaking and whatnot. And I feel like I go through this every year of trying to figure out how to make my YouTube more personable and true to what I like to consume. Recently, I hadn't really been consuming a lot of YouTube just because I had found that I was reading a lot, watching people read a lot, but I've kind of grown out of that a little bit. I still really love reading, don't get me wrong, but I want to do more than just watch other people experience life or read other people experience life. I want to experience it myself, and that has also been my goal for last year. It was one of my biggest goals last year, was to be more social and participate in life. As the great Charlie said in The Perks of Being a Wallflower, I want to be a participant. So I didn't hit my Goodreads goal last year, which is totally fine by me. And this year, kind of did not even set a reading goal, and just kind of really just taking a step back from reading and just seeing, do I feel like picking up a book? Cool. And I'm not putting a name to it. I'm not going to be I'm in a reading slump. I'm really not. And it's always I think consuming so much TikTok and consuming so many YouTube videos of people reading was really making me feel like I'm not doing enough, when in reality, if you've read one book for the year, you are already doing 50% better than all of the adults in America. So one book is enough, to be honest, is basically my whole point. But I've kind of wanted to restructure the YouTube channel and just do more decompressing, less sometimes I feel YouTube videos can feel a little bit like adult Cocomelon, where it's really fast editing and these fun little quippy quirks of people's characters, which is not bad at all, but not really my style. I feel I was really trying to lean into the YouTubeness of YouTube, even though it's not representative of like my true personality, where when I'm sitting by myself, when I'm alone, when I'm working, when I'm chilling, I'm like, that's what I am. I'm chill. Like, I'm not like you know. So I found it really hard to make a YouTube video when I felt like everything that I was doing was kind of boring and repetitive, even though the YouTube videos I like watching the most are the boring, repetitive, day-to-day, like this is my life kind of vlogs, like more like the Moya. I don't really know how to pronounce her last name, but I love her videos. Moya Molini. I'm so sorry, but I love her videos. So I'm not saying that I want to shift to now emulate a different style, but just figure out a way to have more of a creative outlet for myself outside of just working all the time. That's why it's been such a long time since I've vlogged or uploaded, is just really trying to figure out what this new year looks like for me, as well as like I got a car, so I actually feel like an adult now. And it's really hard to feel like an adult when you're growing up in your adult years in your childhood bedroom, because I do still live at home, which I'm so incredibly grateful for. And I understand how hard it is to step out of your or move out of your family home, especially in today's economy and especially as a single person. So I'm very, very grateful that I've had the opportunity to stay at home as long as I have, and been able to drive my mother's car. So like getting my own car was really a really exciting moment for myself, and it's really made me feel like an adult, and like I can conquer a lot more because I've gained a little bit more independence. So we're kind of rambling now, but that's just kind of like what I want my videos to feel more like, as like us growing up together, or more so like me getting to look back at myself growing up and just, I don't know, like I guess an audience. So if that's kind of your vibe, I hope you stay. I hope you enjoy it. Not to say that I'll never read another book on this channel, and not to say that I won't ever put another like reading vlog on the channel ever again, but I will say like it's way less frequent than I feel like it was before, which is saying a lot because it wasn't even frequent then. But I do feel like all of my past videos have been very much so reading focused, and there's more to me than reading. So that's just kind of where we're at right now. So I've just rambled for about 7 minutes, but I had a really nice breakfast, and I call that my European breakfast because every time I have traveled abroad, it has always been like some type of like egg, cucumber, and tomato. And you would think like that's a very common thing, but I feel like that's not something you get in America. And I remember every time I travel abroad, I look forward to that breakfast so much. This is another tangent, but I feel like a lot of times, especially on social media, I hear like these conversations of like people in Europe being like, Americans are this, Americans are that, which a lot of times Americans are kind of bad, which isn't bad. Like our culture is different, just how your culture is different from us. But anyhow, there's a lot of conversations about how like American breakfasts are like really big and really fatty and whatever, and like the UK, or not the UK, but like Europe would never have like that big of a breakfast. But I don't know if it's just like the places that I've chosen to go, but every time I have gone for breakfast somewhere in Europe, it has been the most ginormous breakfast I have ever had. There would be like a bunch of eggs, and then of course the cucumbers and tomatoes, and then there's this one time where it was like eggs, and then I got toast, and then I got cucumbers, and then it came with like a full croissant sandwich, and it came with French toast, and it came with yogurt, and it came with jam, and like a coffee, a water, and a tea. Or it was a coffee, a water, and a smoothie. So I'm kind of wondering if like that was like their like American breakfast, but I've never had that in America. Like that was just so much food. And like that's not the only time that's happened to me. So I say all that to say that I call that breakfast, like my cucumbers, tomatoes, eggs, and like some type of protein, my European breakfast. And I like spent a good 5 minutes deciding whether or not I wanted to add a side of yogurt, and then I was just like, I literally I can't eat that. Like, obviously I'm the size of the wind. I'm the size of a piece of paper. Like, adding yogurt to the side was too much for me. Like, no, you guys. Like, I am plotting on eating that yogurt later. I just couldn't do it in that one sitting. Oh, also, one last thing before I let you go. I know in the earlier clip this morning, I had a clip of like my phone saying it was 4:30 in the morning, which is not normal at all, you guys. Like, I do not wake up at that time every single day. I think I just was really tired yesterday and I went to bed like on time, which was like 9:30, and I woke up this morning at like 3:20, and I was trying to like go back to sleep, and I was like, oh no, like I fear I'm awake. Like, I'm awake. Like, I could not fall back asleep. So I've actually been awake today since about 3:45. And I like gave up, and I was okay, like, I guess I'm starting my day. So I say that to say that I've been awake a lot of hours today without coffee.